So you are actually always comparing yourself with someone else. That person is more beautiful than me. This person is earning more money than me. The other person is earning more A's in the examinations compared to me. Am I useless? Am I worthless? You know what comparing just ends you up with? It just makes you feel jealous. It makes you feel inferior. It also makes you overthink, as if you just have to rush into things just so you will be at the same level as the other person. And I'm not trying to say that you are a bad person because you have jealousy or you want to rush into things and be at the same level as someone else. This can sometimes be called healthy competition. You want to take someone as an inspiration and work your way up towards the kind of person you want to be like. And this person is the source of motivation. It's actually your source of aspiration. That is what you aspire to be like. And that is not wrong. But what is wrong is you are actually just not having your very own choices to make in your life, but you're always feeling like you have to always compare with someone else to feel like you are validated, to feel like you're doing something good. Why not be different from them? Why don't you just create your very own path and excel in that? Why should you just follow someone who is actually earning a lot of money and just earn a lot of money? What you don't know is that probably that person is rich, but the source of income is from some illegal businesses. So just don't look at the final result of someone and just think that, okay, if that person can do it, I can also do it. Think of what truly makes you happy. If money is not your happiness, then why force yourself? It's just like you not living a life for yourself. You're just living a life to impress a society because a society has made such a way that money would actually define success, or the number of A's would actually define success. You should know what is success in your very own definition. For you, success means is to be at the best manners, to respect people, and to be kind and loving to every human being and to any other living things. That is your definition of success, then just be it. If your definition of success means to actually grow your family business into something big instead of going and being in a different company and contributing to a different boss, that is your success. So I'm not telling all this to actually belittle you, because I also am a human being. I do aspire to be like someone else. I do aspire to have a lot of money. I do aspire to buy big stuffs and everything. Why? It's because the society has made it look like we measure richness, we measure success through money, through what a person drives, through the kind of house the person owns. But this is actually, in a way, just driving the whole world towards a selfishness. We're all just going into this selfish trade where we just want to earn money, 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 and we're willing to do anything just to earn money. Illegal businesses, pollute the environment. We are actually able to ship things all over the world, not even taking into account the pollution it causes just because of the one small product we created. Why? It's all because it's profitable. It's because we can be a millionaire out of it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Bertha. Do subscribe to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how you should actually cherish your very own self and to not compare yourself with someone else and to not rate someone else's success and to chase that without knowing the backstory, because little you know, your bank balance might be more than the person who's driving a bigger car than you today. And I do not want you to think that by comparing, you're going to belittle yourself. You know why? It's because you are unique in your own way and I am unique in my own way. There is no other person who looks exactly like you or is as intelligent as you. So I want you to just work on yourself, to work on what you truly want in your life, what goals you want to achieve. Not look at someone else as your source of aspiration. Understand? So what I'm trying to say is jealousy is not wrong, and in fact I do feel jealous of my very own circle who's like doing something extraordinary and stuff like that. I feel like why can't I be like them? I have to have this source of motivation, this momentum that's pushing me every single day to actually earn something bigger and better. But then I realized one thing: when we are actually able to master our mind, we're actually able to master the whole life. In fact, this is actually stated in my favorite book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma. He actually stated very nicely, saying that self-mastery is equivalent to life mastery. If you actually master yourself first, you'll be able to master your whole life. And that is what matters. So it is all up here, guys. It is all up here. Just because someone is doing well, that does not mean you have to tell your mind that is exactly what you have to do. No, you have to think to yourself what would actually make you happy, what would actually make you feel like this is a life you have actually lived to the fullest and you would not regret dying even tomorrow. So example, if living a life where you don't have any assets but you just want to travel the world, that is your source of happiness, go for it. Why do you want to compare with friends who actually drives a Lamborghini and probably owns 2 or 3 properties but probably in a terrible debt? Like, people don't reveal their actual financial situation. We have actually gone to such a scenario or situation where we just want to flaunt our richness through the metals that we actually have, but with zero bank balance. And in fact, sometimes the real rich person are the one who owns millions of ringgit in the bank or millions of dollars in the bank, but are so down to earth. They might be driving a small car compared to someone who is owning a sports car. So do not ever judge some person's success rate or richness by just looking at the car he drives or she drives, the house he or she owns. No way. That is so in the past. And it's all about daily choices, right? Sometimes you feel like that car is your dream car and that brings you happiness and you want to buy it by hook or crook. That is how you define your happiness. Go for it. But there are also people who actually define happiness by just saving up, being frugal, just not spending on things that they actually want just because they want to have a fat bank balance. That is your source of happiness. Go for it. Just never compare yourself with someone else. Why? It's because you have to make your very own choices. I have seen people who regret just because they actually kind of force themselves into doing something that is not meant for them, or they're just because they're not ready yet. You know how many people actually like complaining about life, the kind of life they're actually living. And I do not like people complaining. Why? It's because every single thing that's happening in your life right today or tomorrow, these are all the consequences of the decisions that you have taken days before or months before or decades before. So every decision that you take is the one that leads to the result. So all the decisions, things that are actually happening today or tomorrow, it is all because of the things that you have actually thought about or you have actually decided to get into, right? So that is why I do not like people complaining. Never ever complain about the life you have. If you decide to invest all your money to impress the society by buying a big car, and then you actually end up complaining that you do not have the money to survive, you do not have the money to eat, and you then start borrowing money from your friends, you're going to bring down your very own self-image at that point. So think about that. I have seen people complaining such things. And personally, my mother works in personal loan. She shares to me about all the real case scenarios where couples literally take personal loan just to get married. How sad is that? People also take loans just because they're super rich and they can't pay off their huge debt, so they have to get a loan to actually cover all this. But these are the same person who drives a BMW and has probably a big 3-story house and stuff like that. So these are all the truth, guys. I'm revealing the truth. So never ever be impressed of someone just because you think that driving a big car, having a big house means it's a success for this person, and why aren't you there? Little you know, you are actually more successful when you actually compare the bank balance. You know, I've also seen people complaining about why am I not scoring well in examinations? Probably because you sleep late, you did not study, you are procrastinating. And then there are also people who are like suffering in their pregnancy, saying, oh my god, I'm suffering from hormonal problems and I'm actually getting uglier and everything. Oh, my husband just left me and everything. Why? It's because you took the decision to actually give birth for him. Now you face the consequences. And there are also people complaining about, oh, my life is so gone, like I'm living a life with the wrong person. I mean, you chose your partner end of the day. So every single thing that is happening in your life is the result of your very own decisions. Never complain. In fact, make a change. Because if you're going to complain, you're just going to exude the negative energy, and nobody wants to have someone like you in their life. In fact, I want to just have people who elevate one another, who talks positive, you know. But that does not mean you have to just compress your energy, all this negativity into you and just cry and probably comment. No, you can always seek for help, but heal and just stop comparing with other people, and just measuring success just from what you're seeing, because you do not know they are probably just suffering more than you, but just that they have a bigger house. That is all. So just stop comparing with other people, and only then you'll be able to live a life for yourself, and only then you'll be able to know who you truly are, what you truly want to achieve in your life. You know why I detest people who complain a lot? It's because what you talk has the power to actually send signal to the brain on how it should actually react. So example, if you're always talking sickness, you're always talking bad stuff, your brain is going to think that is the reality, and so the brain is going to react the exact way. If you're just overthinking as if you're going to die in a bit, and your brain is already like navigating it, it's already processing it, okay, this person is going to die soon, and your system will stop functioning, guys. It is all scientifically backed up. So you have to know that you have to hack your brain. When you stop thinking about other things, you just focus on your very own goals, your very own vision, focus on your very own choices that you want to take on a daily basis. Be mindful. Then these mindful choices are going to lead to better decisions, to a better consequences. You see that? So that is why people say mindful decisions are very crucial to make sure you don't end up regretting. And I'm not saying each and every one of us is perfect. Even I am not perfect. I have committed sin. I have actually wanted to explore stuff. But what I actually learned is that to never ever regret. I wanted to do it out of my very own will. And guess what matters? That I actually learn from my mistakes, and that I'm actually stronger today as a person, and that I was getting out of my comfort zone to explore stuff, and today I am who I am. Because if you do not actually get out of your comfort zone and you just feel like it's okay, let's go with the flow of life, you're not going to soar. seriously you're not going to soar in life. You have to get out of the comfort zone, but just make sure you're doing it for you and you're doing it for the person you love. And make sure even when the person you love, that comes second, it should be you coming first. You can't be working a job that you don't like just because it pays you a lot and it can support the person you love. No, because you are actually ruining your own self. End of the day, you can just come back home and just ask yourself, what are you actually doing for you? I mean, even the job that you're working, which takes up your whole day, is already the main answer. You're not doing anything good for you. Because if you do something that you hate for yourself, you're literally just gonna not take care of your health. That's why when you actually write your goals down, that is why when you actually schedule your week ahead, your mind would only focus on these things, this task, and not focus on other petty stuffs. And that is how you could just know how to navigate through your whole day and the week ahead in such a productive manner, and look at the results that are working for you. This video, my main motivation is just to tell you that comparing and being jealous is just going to ruin your mental health. And we are not living in a world just to compare one another. We actually brought to this world to love one another. So spread love, kindness, and just be yourself. Do what you truly want to pursue, not because what your parents want you to do, or not because what your boyfriend wants you to do, or not because what the society wants you to do. Understand that. So remember that when you do what you like, that is when your whole body will be cherishing you. Your whole self would actually love you, and you wouldn't actually fall sick easily. You would want to take care of yourself because you love the life that you're living, right? So never ever belittle someone else, and you make sure work on your goals. So stop comparing and stop feeling worthless just because someone else is earning better than you or because someone else is getting better marks than you. No, each and every one of us is God's favorite child. So we all possess our own unique traits and characters. So go seek for yourself what it is, right? So thank you so much for watching my video today. Do subscribe to my channel and I will be coming up with more contents. Keep supporting me and I love you all.